Wow. They lucky I don't get to see everything when it happens. Somebody sent me this and I didn't even get a chance to check it. I've been so busy. Now, Kendrick Perkins. Perk goes ahead and says the worst trade in sports history. Sports. He goes to Paul Gasol. It's not Paul Gasol, Kendrick. I know you don't understand the difference, but it's not Paul. It's Powell. But uh, believe me, this is an accomplishment for you. So he's talking about the worst trade in NBA history is Powell Gasol and a second rounder for Kwame Brown, Javaris Clinton, and the rights to the Mark Gasol, saying it changed the fate of the Lakers. And you know what it did for Memphis. Carry on. Powell Gasol adding, being added as well as having Lamar Odom come from the Miami Heat and the Caron Butler deal, that helped. A lot of other pieces was put in place that helped the Lakers actually go to the NBA Finals 3 years in a row. But that time came and it went. But yeah, it was a great time. But Marc Gasol had a fantastic career um, playing in the Grizzlies, and I don't think they complained one bit from having Gasol. Now, I understand Kendrick is special, and he's a special needs type of individual. But mm-mm-mm. Kendrick, and I'm just gonna call you Perk because Kendrick should only be reserved for Kendrick Lamar, in this opinion. You're a disgrace to the name right now. Um, I am very curious to understand. Maybe your knowledge is not that vast in sports history. The question said sports history, and you went to this trade. Why did you go to this trade? Because of the name Kwame Brown. Hmm? So, once again, the go along, get along game, decide to want to play games once again. So now this is all, it's the worst trade in the history of the NBA, according to you. And the question was, what's the worst trade in sports history? But you said NBA history. And not only is that not the worst trade in sports history, it's not even the worst trade in NBA history. You have the worst trade to ever happen in the NBA is Bill Russell being traded for Ed McCauley and a draft pick. That's the worst trade in the history of the game. Everybody knows that. You see, the St. Louis Hawks, they had their number one draft pick, their number two draft pick, I'm sorry, which was the number one, their first round draft pick. They took Bill Russell, who had just won I think he won two national championships, and they traded him for McCauley and Hogan, who they drafted with the seventh pick. And Red, he thought that that he can make a deal to get Bill Russell because Bill Russell was going to go with the first pick of the draft. But the Rochester Royals was convinced by Red not to take him and go ahead and take Walter Brown. So, you know, I guess some type of compensation might have took place, but they convinced the Rochester Royals not to take him because they knew they could do a deal and had a deal in place to get Russell with the second pick and get that from the Hawks. But they needed the Royals not to draft Bill Russell, and they didn't. Well, here's the thing. What you guys didn't know and what made this one of the worst trades in history for the Hawks, St. Louis Hawks. But it was marred in racism. The Hawks owner was a stark racist. Okay? And he didn't want a black player on his team. He preferred two white players on his team. And with all the racial tension that was going on in the city at that time, and in the state, he wanted two white players on his team and didn't want a black player. So he couldn't wait to trade Bill Russell. Bill Russell won 11 titles in Boston. Still the most to this day, right? The Hawks have not reached the NBA Finals since the 60s. I think 61. So when you look back on it and you look at what was involved, you're looking at jealousy. Because Kendrick, how can you forget that? How? Do you think the James Harden deal was a good deal that sent James Harden to Houston when he was sixth man of the year? Just went to the finals? You should know, you were there, right? What did they get? Lamb and what, Kevin Martin? And they got two first round picks, which ended up being like what was it Steven Adams and Mitch McGary or something? I don't think that was a good deal, do you? So I mean, you can go as far as Wilt Chamberlain getting traded, sent to Philly from the Lakers. It's stupid stuff like that. But I would not say that was the worst trade in NBA history. But it was clear you did that for that reason only. To me, I would say, well, the Boston thing was good, but what about what to me was the second worst in the history of the NBA, and that was Kareem going in for Junior Brigman, Brian Winters, Elmore Smith, and Dave Myers. Now, you want to look at all of these things that then took place? That's it. Because we all know about what Kareem did, but it built the foundation of the Los Angeles Lakers of being dominant winners. Then they got Magic, and that built the whole foundation on what they were to become. When the best player in the NBA is traded at the height, like he was at the peak of his skills when he was traded. That's what makes the trade even more insane. It was the first time ever something like that is done. The thing about, like we could say about the trade that went on that ended up being the worst trade of all time when Bill Russell was a rookie though. So he's yet to really proven himself. This is a NBA champion with Milwaukee. Was their last championship until this year that just passed. So yeah, that's a big blow. So if I had to go, those trades are like 1A and 1B. But why did you target Kwame though? You see, that's the point I keep going to, because I'm letting y'all know, because you need to see it to believe it sometimes. But this is what we mean. They throw these little subtle shots, then when people respond, they act like they're being attacked. So we all know you cool with Calvin Jack and Maddie Patty. So you gonna go down this road. Now ain't nobody bothered those dudes and I don't know how long. Right? They took their whooping and then they moved on. And people then left them alone. Nobody's mentioned them. We let them be. We let them coexist. But you must then get the memo. So you want to come back and just come out and say Kwame Brown. Because what? It sound nice? Did it sound nice for you? Because I'm just getting started to go here. Kendrick, you played in the NBA. And to say that was the worst trade in the league, any trade involving you probably was the worst trade in the league. They were going to take your whopping 5 points a game. You couldn't even average a double digit in rebounds. Now, your first rookie year, your first couple of years, you're averaging 2 points a game, barely getting any tick. This is your first 2 years in the league. Right? You played about 10 minutes a game. So in 10 minutes, they know, they said, hey, he played 6 rounds, he played 60 games. We started him in about 3. Second year, we seen a little progress. The guy gave us about 3 rebounds and 2 points. Let's start upping his minutes. So your third season, they think you're ready. They say this guy Perkins is ready. Let's see what he got. They bumped you up to 20 minutes a game. And you gave them 5 points. See, I can get you 5. If you double my minutes, I double my points. So you went up to a whopping 5 points a game. The most you've ever averaged in a season is 10 points a game. when you was playing 27 minutes. They start bumping you up to 25, 30, and you was averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds. Right? It was downhill from there. Boston did the smartest thing ever in trading you to OKC. Kevin Durant probably wanted to choke you every single day he was on that team and had to play with you from all the dumb mental mistakes you was making out there on the court. I mean, it was just mental collapses. They could do a whole Shack in the Food part 1, 2, 5 of all your dumb mistakes. But it's cool because LeBron took care of you. Like I said, you was always the lapdog. You up there getting in trouble fighting a damn DJ, a party host, doing all this goofiness. Your whole career, what did you average? 5 points and 6 rebounds? And you got the nerve to talk about somebody being the worst trade in NBA history? You want to spread that false narrative out because that's the only thing you can remember, the last thing you was told to say? How about Kyrie Irving? When the Clippers traded him for Baron Davis. They traded him and Baron Davis to the Cavs. You want to talk about a bad trade? You don't remember that? To me, that's the worst trade of the whole bunch. That was god awful. Mo Williams and Geronimo Moon? Huh? You don't remember those trades. I remember them. Because Kyrie ended up, that was the best thing that happened to the Cavs. He hit the game winning shot to bring a championship to their organization. Thanks, Clippers. See, the Baron Davis trade came with that unprotected first round pick, which ended up being Kyrie Irving. So that was the worst trade ever. Baron Davis going for Mo Williams and Geronimo Moon. That first round pick ended up being Kyrie. So yeah, they lost. That's a horrible trade. Ah, man, I'm trying to think. So much on the table. If they would have kept that unprotected first round pick, they could have got Kyrie Irving. The Clippers would have been rolling. But that's neither here nor there. They end up getting Chris Paul, and that turned the franchise around. I pity the fool because Perk is somebody that's gonna need LeBron to hold his hand. What happens when LeBron ain't playing no more? He got you that job at ESPN. Well, good luck getting suited up, going out there 6, 7 in the morning, going to these meetings. Got to drag your butt in there and talk about these games. Keep doing it, Perk. Keep doing it. And don't get mad because Jalen Rose and others don't really respect you. Okay? They don't respect your journalistic integrity. They don't. They know that you are LeBron hire. You're a special case hire. And you probably do work hard, but Perk, you always gonna do whatever they tell you. You always gonna toe the line. You know, who told you to wear your wife's blouse and carry the purse? Trying to be hip, right? Somebody should have told you, dog, you are too big to be wearing that outfit and carrying a purse. But that's what happens these days. People forget who they are and they start living in other people's shadows. And unfortunately for you, Perk, that became your life. You became somebody who had to be subservient to somebody else who actually did something in the game and actually make a mark. You got to follow them around and kiss their butt, say all kind of crazy stuff to Kevin Durant and everybody else. And that's why Kevin Durant called you a sellout. You sold yourself out. You was in the G League with them hurt knees, not knowing where your career and your life gonna be. Playing for what? 22,000? What you was making? 22,000 the season? $22,000? Playing in the G League? Just holding on, and LeBron had the Cavs, picked you up, and put you on the team so you can get a little paycheck. And you've been subservient to him ever since. But that's cool. Go ahead and do that. Be a lapdog your whole life. Be subservient your whole life. While other people make the world go round and inspire change and movement, you go out and just, report on it. You just go around and report on it and kiss up to the right people that you think is in power. Because when LeBron is gone out of the limelight, and that's coming really soon, he gonna do everything to try to remain there, but he gonna be out the limelight. And then his popularity is going to fade. And all those people who held him in high regards are going to disappear and dissipate and move on to other players. Because he never had real fans. See, Jordan had people that defend him that never even seen him play. LeBron James' problem is he's got people that see the stats and see highlight reels and think they saw him play. And then they run outside and try to convince other people he's the greatest based off that. Now, when you start looking at all things in particularly, together, you're going to look and see, man, this is got to be one of the most awful situations ever. Kendrick Perkins working for ESPN. Who would hire you? Will we ever forget draft night? Moon, 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 it's Moses Mooley. Mama, 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 mia, mama, mooley, mama, mama, holy moly. It was like, what in the world? They could have cut the commercial and came back. Moses Moody, Moody Moses, Moody Moody, Moody Moody, Moody Moody, Moody Moody, Moody Moody, Moobly Goobly. And you know what? Kwame Brown never made fun of you. He never made fun of you for that. But I had a ball. Oh, I roasted you, boy. I had no problems in doing it. But Kwame never even roasted you about that. He might have laughed again, but he never roasted you over that. Because he understood what it was like when he was in, the butt of everybody's jokes and people laughing and all this stuff. So he's been in that situation, so he didn't want to do that to you. But the first chance you got, you couldn't wait to make fun of other people at other people's expense. So that's why I like to hell with him. You rolling with him, you get rolled over too. That's just how I get down. If you rolling with it, you getting rolled over too. Now, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. We got a busy day kicking off, so get over here and do this. Thanks for everybody that came in here. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the page, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to follow at Kwame Brown Bus Life. Shouts out to Self Talk, Third Eye TV, Welcome to HD TV, Ticket TV. Who else is out there? Angela Stanton, her show, Mr. Skinny, Jose Rodriguez channel, and Boxing Socialist. He's still out there making videos. Sean, we gotta support Sean. Uh, Blood Boxing, 78 Sports TV, D Style Boxing. Shouts out to D Style. Man, damn, I'm all over the place right now. I think I did Straight Talk TV. There's another guy out there too. I want to say Forbidden. He normally puts up clips of like Kwame and everybody else, but Forbidden, that guy. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a good person. Some other channels I probably have forgotten or just, my brain ain't there right now. So many going through my head right now that when I stop, I'll be like, oh man, I forgot them. But shouts out to all you creators, man. Continuously do your thing, and thanks for the support. Goodbye.